Hello and welcome to Bear Pit TV. You're with Craig, who's going to be looking forward or potentially dreading this Sunday's game against Crystal Palace. Before we look forward to that game, I think it's quite important to briefly, and I will be brief for this because it was poor, briefly look back to the Spurs debacle. One of the poorest home games I've seen in quite a while, to be honest, and I appreciate we were playing a decent Spurs side, but it was the nature of the defeat. We were quite solid for 20-25 minutes, but the second their second goal went in, you saw the heads drop, and that's one of the most worrying things for me is the mentality didn't appear to be there on Saturday. Confidence just seemed to drain from people, and there was no passion, no tracking back, no movement, nothing. That's something that needs to be addressed straight away. If we're going to be successful this season, you've got to be positive, you've got to be strong mentally, and that's something that was really, really lacking against Spurs. Along with mentality, one of the other big problems it's been clearly identified now, was the imbalance in midfield. We had Glenn Whelan sitting, and then we had Mbula and Allen just charging on forward, and whenever Spurs broke, we just seemed to be severely outnumbered. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's ill-discipline from the midfield in terms of not tracking back. I'm not sure if they're told to get forward at all costs. I'm not really sure. But whatever it is, it needs to be addressed immediately. And I've mentioned this previously, but against Palace, we need a flat, compact four in midfield. I think we need to really kind of take our foot off the gas a little bit. Sometimes it seems that irrelevant of who we're playing, we just go for it. We could be playing Barcelona, or we could be playing the lowest team. We seem to have the same formation, the same philosophy, which is just to go for it. We don't ever appear to be playing the team. We're just playing our formation. That needs to be addressed. That's something that really, really needs to be addressed. We need to set up to counter team strengths, something we certainly didn't do on Saturday. So looking forward to Sunday is Crystal Palace. It's a team that we've had a really poor record against as long as, I don't know, we've been in the Prem, certainly when they've been in the Prem. Off the top of my head, I think we last won in the promotion season, I think it was 3-1. Sidibin Creswell seems to be coming to my mind as some of the goal scorers that day. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm not, that's good memory. The last 5 games, I think there's been 4 defeats and a draw. So in terms of bogey teams in the Premier League, Palace is certainly up there. Certainly up there outside of the bigger teams, like Man United and Arsenal and all the rest of it. So yeah, in terms of grounds to be going to, Selhurst Park wouldn't have been selected considering the poor run that we've been on at the moment. You look throughout the Crystal Palace team as well, they've got some decent players. Townsend, who I'd love to have seen down Stoke, I think he'd been a great buy. Zaha has always been a great player, and of course Benteke, who come from Liverpool. I would have also liked to see Stoke show a bit of interest in Benteke. Admittedly not 32 million because that's just daft, but nonetheless he's a very good player, and he got his debut goal against Middlesbrough at the weekend. This game feels unusually pressurised for only the beginning of the season. I think we're 5 league games in now, and for this sort of pressure to be around the Hughes, the team, the fans seem to be feeling it. I think it's a bit unjust at the moment. I think a lot of the fans and some of the media are acting like we're the tail end of the season, relegation's looming. I think we all need to calm down a little bit. And I'm a pessimistic person, as some of my friends will tell you, but we're only 4 league games into the season. I think we were in a similar position to last season. We finished okay. I appreciate the back end of last season wasn't great, and I think that's why a few people are taking in the tail end run from last season into this season. We need to erase that for now. Look forward to this season and try and be a little bit more positive. I think what's very, very, very important on Saturday is that the fans get behind the team. We really, really need to get behind the team and show a bit of passion, a bit of fight. On Saturday, the Bet365 crowd seemed to disappear at 3-0. And admittedly, we weren't playing well, but we need a little bit more from the fans this weekend. For me, this is going to sound a little bit negative, but I would take a draw already against Palace. I think that for me would be £30 well spent if we had a zil draw. I really do. If nothing else, we get a clean sheet. We need to get points on the board. We need to get the season going in some respect. I think that'd be a very, very good result. Having said that, this is of course a Stoke City fan channel, so I'm going to predict my score. I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to Stoke, and I reckon it's going to be Bonnie, who I get the feeling will be up front with Bojan, which is something that I think will will have all the potential to be a very, very effective part this year. So my prediction for this coming Sunday will be Stoke City 1 and Crystal Palace 0 with Bonnie scoring. But let's wait and see. Let me know if my prediction and my opinions are a load of old rubbish with a comment. Let me know if who you feel should start, what you think the results should be. I might be a little bit too optimistic in relation to Hughes. Has he run from the back end of last season kind of crept this one? Does he deserve to be under pressure? Am I being a little bit kind to Hughes? Let us know in the comments, and let's see how we get against Palace.